Hello everyone, hope you all are doing good. Welcome to today's video. In this video, we'll perform one of the experiments that are present on this virtual labs platform. So in the previous videos, we have already learned about the basic background of virtual labs, and we have also learned about how to navigate through the main homepage. Let us go a step further and see how we can explore the experiments as well. Let us start. So very first thing, by simply typing the URL, that is www.vlab.co.in, you can reach to the main homepage. Once you scroll it down, you can see these are the broad areas in which virtual labs have been developed. So let us select, for example, say electronics and communications. We'll simply click on that. As soon as we click on electronics and communication, we have a list of labs that are ready to use. You can see the name of each and every lab. For instance, we have this electric circuit lab, a lab developed by Amrita Vishwa Vidyapeetham. And also just below the name of the lab, we have the two options: reference book, which book user should refer to, and also which all universities the syllabus has been covered. Also for the specific virtual labs, you have this related NPTEL video lectures as well. I hope many of you might be aware about it. Now let us start by clicking on electric circuit lab. As soon as we click on electric circuit lab, we have a list of experiments in front of us. You can see we have this parallel RC circuit experiment, series LCR circuit, Kirchhoff's law, and many more. We'll select Kirchhoff's law. So as soon as we click on Kirchhoff's law, we have a complete learning system in front of us. Why I'm saying it is a complete learning system? Because of the various tabs that are present over here. Now these tabs enable the user to learn and understand a particular concept. For example, the very first tab is the theory tab. In the theory tab, the user, they'll know about the Kirchhoff's current law and the Kirchhoff's voltage law. Scrolling it down further, they can see we have the various examples over here. So with the help of these examples, they can easily understand the concept. Next comes the procedure part. In the procedure part, various components have been defined, and also at the very bottom part, we have a procedure. Next is self-evaluation. So we all know that it is developed in self-learning mode. So there are certain quizzes in each and every lab. You need to answer those quizzes and then you can evaluate yourself. But for the time being, let us first of all go for the simulator part. So in order to access the simulator, you need to sign in. Now we can see right now that we have two options. Either we can click on the freely sign up option, or we can simply select the login option. Say I'll choose login. Now after I choose login, I can simply sign in using my open ID such as Google IDs. So what I'll do, I'll simply click on this particular tab over here. Now we simply need to enter our credentials. As soon as you enter your credentials over there would be a simulator window. Now also remember that basic softwares are required in order to perform these experiments. These experiments are totally free to use. You just require system and internet connection in order to use them. Okay. So we were talking about the basic softwares. The basic software includes Adobe Flash Player and Java plugins. So right now the Adobe Flash Player has been enabled. You can see over here, right now I'm using Google Chrome browser, and over here, if I click over here, just adjacent to the URL, you can see Flash and it has been allowed. Now we have this particular simulator setup. If you see over here, we have an option to maximize. I'll simply click on that. Now let us understand the simulator window first of all. In this we have the various features. The very first thing is the visual. Under the visual, we have the option to choose the view, whether we want to see these components as lifelike or the schematic one. You have obviously observed the change as soon as I choose my view to schematic. Then we have the circuit. If the user, they are making certain arrangements and they are stuck somewhere, they can simply click on the reset option under the circuit part. Lastly, we have the advanced option. This particular option is used to enter the values. So I'll simply go for the visual. I'll select the view as lifelike. So here our main motive is to verify the Kirchhoff's voltage law. So in order to verify that, we have these components. What I'll do, I'll simply click and drag a particular component. For example, I click on a battery and I dragged it out. Similarly, I'll take the resistor, click, drag and drop. Similarly, we'll make a closed loop circuit. Now each and every component has two endpoints. You can see, click on one endpoint and you can simply rotate it out. Similarly, we'll do it for the resistor as well. Then we require to make the connections. For that we have the wire. Now also observe that wire also has two endpoints. So how we'll make the connections, please observe carefully. I'll click on one endpoint of the wire, drag it out and take it to the other endpoint of the component. Again, click on one endpoint of the wire, drag it out, take it to the other component of the. Similarly, we'll just make sure that all the circuit arrangements are done. Also, you'll see there would be a small color change as soon as your connection is successfully established. Just observe it carefully. I'll click, just as soon as I take it to it, the color turns into black. This indicates yes, your connection is successfully established. Then we go for the visual part, and over here we'll simply again have an option to see the values that are already entered into it. I'll click on show values. So these are the values that are already entered. So as a user, you want to modify these values? Yes, you have the privilege to do so. What you'll do, you'll simply click on the battery, for example. You are taken into advanced option. Over here, you have the slider, or else you can enter the value manually. I'll use the slider over here. Similarly, we can vary the value for the resistor as well. You can see I am just varying the value, and also accordingly there is a change in the color coding of the resistor as well. So you can correlate that, okay, this is how the color coding would be changing if you modify the value of the resistor. Now, in order to verify the KVL, we require this voltmeter. Simply click and drag it out over here. Say for example, this is our resistor R1 and we want to measure the voltage across this particular resistor. So what we'll do, we'll simply make the connections and you'll see the exact numerical values over here. You can see, so the voltage across this particular resistor is minus 19.78 volt, right? So similarly, you'll measure it across all the three resistors and then you can see across the battery as well. So the KVL states that the algebraic sum of all the IR drops in a closed loop is equal to 0. So with the help of this particular experiment, you can verify the KVL and also you can verify the KCL, that is Kirchhoff's current law. Now we say that virtual labs give you the upper hand, or you can say certain innovations which cannot be done in physical labs can be done over here. Yes, for an instance, we have this component name as non-contact ammeter, which is not present in any of the physical labs. So what you need to do, without making any connection, you take it to any of the wire and it will show you the exact amount of current flowing through that particular wire. Now this is done. Also, what you can do, you can simply take a screenshot. You can see at the top we have an option over here. If you click on that, you can simply save it. Now similarly, again I'll enter into the full screen mode. I'll go for the circuit option and click on reset. Talking about the innovation part, we'll see to it, we'll take a battery, we'll take the two wires over here, and what we'll do, we'll try to short circuit a battery. Again, remember, making a connection, click on one endpoint of the wire, take it to the other endpoint of the component, and as soon as the connection would be done, you'll see there will be a color change. Again, I'll simply just try and short circuit a battery. So you can see this particular innovation. So these kind of innovations are present in each and every lab. But for that, to see these kind of innovations, you need to make sure that you go out of the box, try something new. So that was the simulator part. Let us minimize it. Now, once you are done with the simulator part, then comes the self-evaluation part. So in the self-evaluation part, you can see you have various questions over here. You can select the correct input for that and click on the submit button. Now, if your answer would be correct, you'll be getting a green tick. If not, you will get a red cross. So you can evaluate yourself. Then the assignment tabs, certain questions are given over here that can be practiced out. Last but not the least, we have the reference book tab as well, which book a user should refer to, and also certain web links are given. So with the help of these particular tabs, or we can say with the help of a complete learning system, we understand about Kirchhoff's law, and using simulator we verified Kirchhoff's voltage law. And also as a user, you have learned that how you can take a screenshot and how you can maintain your digital observation file. So that was the experiment from electronics and communication discipline, and the experiment was Kirchhoff's law under the electric circuit lab. So one small recommendation: once you are done with a particular experiment, simply close that particular tab and come back to the main home page. So I hope you have understood that how to make the connections, how to get the readings. So that was all for this particular video. Please do not forget to subscribe to our channel and like to our video. Thank you. Thanks a lot.